Hey everyone, it's me Matt here, welcome back to Tipharot, and I'm talking about warming up for meditation today. Now I apologise if I sound a bit stuffy, I've got some allergies going on. I also want to quickly make you aware, if you weren't already before we start, that this is part of an ongoing series. You can find the rest of the series by going to my channel and looking for the meditation playlist. So as I said, in this video I want to talk a little bit about warming up before you meditate. Now, I really want to stress before we begin that there is absolutely no necessity to this step. You do not need to warm up before you meditate. It is 100% optional. If you have an established meditation practice and you've never warmed up, you should not feel like you're doing something wrong. So, why are we discussing this subject at all? Well, despite how relatively uncommon warm-ups are for meditation, they can be incredibly useful. Sometimes when you sit down to meditate, your body is calm and your mind is clear. You are able to concentrate with ease on your breath or on another object of meditation that you've chosen, and as such, the session progresses wonderfully. Other times though, your mind is absolutely full of distracting thoughts and desires. Perhaps you're hungry and you're already thinking about what you'll have for dinner. Maybe you have an email you need to reply to and you're wondering what to say. You could have plans for tonight that are already on your mind, or be overthinking something that you did yesterday. In many cases, it's going to be a combination of numerous things, all vying for your attention and sapping your ability to concentrate. Now, meditation can be accomplished even with a cluttered mind, as it is the effort made to concentrate that leads to progress in meditation. But that said, it can be hard to even make that effort to concentrate when you're extremely distracted. You may have noticed if you've meditated before that sometimes when your mind is busy, it takes 15 to 25 minutes, maybe even half an hour or longer, before your mind really starts to settle down. Before that, you do very little actual meditation and spend most of your time caught up in thought, forgetting about what you actually set out to do when you sat down. So this brings me to why you would warm up. You warm up for this reason. And the first method of warming up is just meditation. No, you didn't hear me wrong. If you sit to meditate long enough, the mind will quiet down by itself and allow you to progress. So the simplest way to warm up for meditation is just to allow yourself longer to meditate in the first place. This is why I generally think a meditation session should be at least a minimum of 20 minutes, unless it is completely impossible for you to meditate for that long. This is because it often takes a good length of time for the mind to settle down. So even a 20-minute session may only end up actually containing 2 or 3 minutes of actual meditation if it takes you the first 17 to 18 minutes for your mind to actually settle down. Sometimes even a 20-minute session isn't enough for this same reason. So if you are finding it hard to settle down for meditation, try adding 15 to 20 minutes to the length of your current sessions. So if you're meditating for 20 minutes right now and you feel that you don't get enough time where your mind is actually settled down and into the process, then add 15 to 20 minutes. So try meditating for 35 to 40 minutes instead. It will really make a massive difference and you'll find that you get much higher quality meditation sessions as a result of this. Now don't worry about the start of those meditation sessions. Don't worry if it does take you 10, 15 or even 20 minutes for your mind to settle down, as long as you are meditating long enough after that to get something out of the session. Now the next method of warming up that I want to share with you involves starting with a wide area of attention and gradually narrowing it until it is firmly placed upon your breath or your desired meditation object. Start by paying attention to absolutely everything. Your thoughts, how your body feels, the location you're in, the sounds, the smells, everything and anything that comes to you, just notice it and pay attention to it. Then narrow your focus slightly. Begin only paying attention to things in your immediate vicinity. For example, the room you're in. Pay attention to everything inside the room, but pay no mind to what is going on outside of it. Now bring that attention in a little bit further. Pay attention only to what's going on in your mind and your body, your thoughts, your feelings and your bodily functions. Observe them, let them happen, but ignore everything that is happening outside. Next, take your attention to the general area or system to which your meditation object is connected. For example, if your meditation object is the breath, bring your attention to your breathing process, to how your body feels as you breathe, to the thoughts associated with breathing, to the breath itself and the sound of it coming in and out. All processes associated with the breath are fine to pay attention to at this stage. If your meditation object is feelings of loving kindness for a particular individual, as in the metta style of meditation, then bring your attention to all feelings and emotions you experience, whether they be positive or negative. If your meditation object is a mantra, a phrase that you repeat in your head, then bring your attention to all the words that come up in your thoughts. From there, finally, take your attention down to its most narrow focus, at the meditation object itself. If you're doing breath meditation, this typically means focusing on your breath at one point of your body. Anywhere works, but the tip of the nose and the upper lip are especially good areas as they require you to really concentrate on a tiny area. From here, your meditation begins. And that right there is one of my favourite ways to warm up for meditation. Now, another way that you can warm up is simply to pick a favourite relaxing activity of yours and do that before you start meditating. A word of caution should be had here, not to choose an activity associated with cravings or desires, as this may have a negative impact on the coming meditation session. You may also want to avoid activities that keep your mind busy. If your idea of relaxing is playing a quite involved video game, that might not be the activity you choose for relaxation before meditation, because otherwise your mind is going to be all active and thinking about the game when you sit down to meditate. It's better to choose something that allows your mind to switch off. Something like, say, a relaxing bath or a shower, or lighting some incense, or doing some yoga, or getting a massage, or listening to some ASMR, something like that. The next way to warm up that I'm going to show you involves a process of gradually scanning through and relaxing parts of your body. Start with one part, like say your toes or your fingers, and gradually work your way through your whole body until you've covered every single part of it. At each part, simply allow yourself to feel the sensations of that part of your body, and allow yourself to feel it relaxing. Once you feel like you've relaxed your whole body, that's a good time to start meditating. On the other hand, if you go through a whole cycle going through your whole body, and you feel like you're not really relaxed yet, you can do this a few more times until you feel ready to start the meditation process. This again is one of my personal favourite methods, and I usually combine it with the idea of narrowing my focus. So I start off my meditation by, for example, focusing on absolutely everything. Everything outside me, everything inside me, all my thoughts, everything. Then I just focus on what I'm thinking about, and I kind of clear out my thoughts, get anything I want to think about out of the way quickly, put it out of mind. Then I go through the process of relaxing each part of my body one time, and after I've done that, assuming I feel relaxed enough, I will start my meditation. Now, another warm-up method that I've personally found to be extremely effective in the past is to use hypnosis. Just pick any of the numerous hypnosis tracks on YouTube. I even have a couple on my channel worth checking out, and listen to it through. It really doesn't matter what the goal of the hypnosis track is, since all hypnosis has one thing in common, a guided relaxation process. By the end of a session or a track or a video, you'll almost certainly always be more relaxed than when it started. So you can use them as a means to get you in the right place prior to meditation without really needing any effort on your part. You just lay back and you listen to them. Now obviously this doesn't just apply to hypnosis tracks. I like them in particular because they're one of the most relaxing things that I find that you can listen to, but any guided relaxation track is going to work the same way. Yoga Nidra, a standard guided meditation, a standard guided relaxation, or just anything relaxing. Like I said before, something like ASMR can work great. The basic principle here is to do something that will help you relax, unwind, calm down and quieten your mind a little bit before you start meditation. Now, as I said before, this step is not mandatory, but I really do recommend including it. That said, as I mentioned before, meditation itself is a perfectly suitable warm-up for meditation. You can just meditate for slightly longer to acknowledge the fact that, yeah, you're going to have to spend some of that time letting your mind quiet down, so you're going to set out some extra time to allow for that, and if you do that, then you're going to be fine with just longer meditation without needing any sort of warm-up at all. What you might find though is that certain ways of relaxing yourself work better than others, and you might find that you can save time using a particular warm-up method over just meditating for longer. I find that's how it is for me personally. If I just meditate for 40 minutes and I just go straight into it, then it does take me probably around 20 minutes to completely get into it. Whereas if I do the process of relaxation I mentioned before, where I focus on everything and then narrow that focus down to my body and then go through my body, relaxing all of it, and then I get into meditation, then I usually find within about probably 10 minutes or so, I'm ready to get into the meditation. So I could actually meditate for less and achieve the same thing. So if I was strapped for time, that would be useful. Or if I'm willing to meditate for the same length of time, I can get more meditation done in that same amount of time. So I personally find that an actual dedicated warm-up is more effective for me. But what I suggest that you do is experiment. Experiment with meditating for longer, experiment with different relaxation methods before you start meditating, and see what works best for you. Now, once you've warmed up, or right away if you choose to skip a warm-up, or just meditate longer instead, it's time to actually start on the meditation itself. Now, I'll be talking about the breath or sitting meditation, the most common form of meditation, in my next video. I'll explain how to get into it for the first time in an easy to understand manner so that there's no confusion whatsoever. So make sure that you hit the subscribe button and click the bell icon and enable notifications so you can ensure that you see that video when it releases. And of course, if you haven't seen the previous videos in the series, go check out the playlist on meditation on my channel. If you'd like to support what I do here on this channel, then definitely check out my Patreon page and find out what you get in return for that. And if you want to keep watching, pick one of the 2 videos you see on screen, or visit my channel and search through the catalogue of videos there. Take care.